right? Hey yo, listen up.
So what you mean you redeemed, Griff? What you redeemed? What's that about?
Redemption. All right, boom. Let's see if I can explain it to you. Redemption is this. Basically, every single person has a value, but they lost their value when they disobeyed God. And the Bible talks about Adam and Eve, and when Eve ate the fruit and passed it to her husband, they disobeyed the direct order of God. So therefore, the value was decreased, if you will. And in order for God to purchase back that value, he had to die and give up his life, which was the most valuable thing that there is. And when Jesus Christ came to the earth, he died on a cross for humanity to redeem them so that they can return to their original state, which is being in close fellowship and relationship with God. See, the whole purpose of people living is not to work, it's not to go to school, it's not to bag chicks, there's none of that. The whole purpose for life is that you would have a relationship with God. Not, okay, I know about him, know him. There's a difference.
And a life that glorifies him.
Right.
That's the thing. It's not about a life that isn't about him. Your life in him is life itself. You know what I mean?
Right.
People think it's all about what they do and how they can make things happen, but it's all about what you do in God. Because if you're not doing anything in God, as it says in Ecclesiastes, it's pointless. You know what I mean? So you always got to remember that.
That's it.
Keep the focus on who the focus needs to be on, which is on God.
No doubt.
Yo, so what would you say about someone like Diddy? Got plaques all on his wall, platinum awards and all of that stuff. Really not to the glory of God. So you saying that stuff really don't matter?
Don't matter.
Don't matter.
What profits a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? You can have all of that. But you know what? I'm going to give it to you like this. Check this out. Especially to you cats at BET if y'all watching this in the editing room. Yo, you ever noticed that these celebrities got mad problems? Look at them. They got mad dough. They got umpteen thousands of videos, throwing money in the air. They blinging, all that. But yet, if you look at their life, they got all kind of problems. What's good? Why they money can't erase their problems? The fact of the matter is they don't have what really erases problems, which is Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You can have all the money in the world. You can have it all, and you can bling and all that. But guess what? The fact of the matter is, you still have a problem. Your problem is that you don't know the Lord personally. You're not living for him. You're living for yourself. So you got the money, but you got problems. But if you want to get rid of the problems, you need to get the sin solution in your life solved.
Yeah, there was a great hip-hop poet that once said, more money, more problems.
Bingo.
You know, I'll leave him anonymous, but as you said, more money, more problems. Money's not the source of happiness. It's not the source of fulfillment. And for people to think so, I mean, just take a look at somebody like Britney Spears. You know what I mean? Right. She got all the money in the world. She's still jacked up. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to throw dirt on her or nothing, but it's just showing money doesn't solve the problems. Only God solves the problems. Right. So the whole thing is get your focus off of money and get your focus on the one who gave you life, which is Christ, and then you'll see what true joy is all about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now, Griff, you mentioned a problem. What's the problem? You said Cat's got a problem. What is it?
Yo, sin is the problem for all humanity. I'm a black man, he's a black man. You got white people, you got Chinese people, you got Korean people, you got Hawaiian people, you got Mexicans, you got Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans. You got all kinds of people, Egyptians, Middle Eastern people. Everybody, the one problem everybody got in common, no matter what shade color they got, is the fact that they are sinners. Meaning, yo, they wake up and they may try to purposely do good, but they can't live a perfect life. Yo, they can't go a day without making a mistake, without disobeying something that God has told them to do. So boom, what happens is all of us as humanity deals with that issue. And because of our imperfection, a holy and perfect God is like, yo, I can't really rock with you, yo. You want some imperfect type stuff and I'm perfect. We got a gap here. And that's what all humanity deals with. We got beef. But here's the thing. God loved us so much that he provided a solution for that problem, which was he sent his son. And he said, yo, listen, my son, I'm going to send him. And he's going to give up his life for you to bring you back to myself. All I expect of you is to lose your life. Meaning all that you live for, the money, the cash, the girls, whatever it may be. Lose that and live for me. Let your heart say, yo, when I wake up, yo, God, I'm living for you. And once you do that, once you give up your life in exchange for receiving Christ's life, then yo, your problem is solved.
What you gotta say, oh?
Yeah, man. I mean, he said it pretty much all. I mean, the whole thing is we got beef. We ain't, like, as we are in our current state, we got beef with God. And the whole thing is we got to realize that we have that beef. And now we got to figure out how do we squash it. And the only way to squash it is through Christ. Because all the beef that we had and all the anger and the wrath that God had that we deserved was taken out on Christ. And all he's saying is that as you put your trust in him and you put your faith in him, you'll be granted, a pardon from receiving that judgment. And that's the whole thing, man. The worst thing we could think is that we're all right with God in our current state. And that's the furthest from the truth.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so what about those people who think like, yo, I'm a good person, man. I mow the old lady's lawn next to me every Saturday. I'm good. I'm getting into heaven because of my works. I'm good.
I'm pretty sure Jeffrey Dahmer, gave a donation to the Salvation Army. It's still in discounted fact.
Right.
He was a cannibal. You know what I'm saying? People got to stop thinking that you could outweigh bad things with a couple of good things. It don't rock that way. It don't rock that way in the courtroom.
Right.
Like, people keep thinking like it's a situation where, oh, okay, I'm not a murderer. All right, you're not a murderer, but that doesn't mean you might not have done many of the other broken the other commandments. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to kind of reason your sin, and it's not even logical.
Right.
Like, people want to make it seem like it's logical, but it's not even logical, because when you put it in the court of law, if you break the law, you break the law.
Right.
If you go over 55, you went over 55. No matter the circumstances. Oh, well, this, I had to get someplace in a hurry. It doesn't matter. You went over 55.
Right.
You broke the law. And that's God's perfect law, is that as you break it,
Yep.
you're now held accountable for it. And it says the wages of sin are death. So, everybody get right, man. Tomorrow's not promised to everybody.
See Christ, don't hesitate.
That's it, man. Salvation is today. Today.
That's it.
I need a savior. I need a savior.